You talked about it with your Muay Thai, which you started in BJJ, but what does it take? What's the mindset like? What do you need to do to become an Olympic athlete like you are?
I've got 2 words for you, Cullen, and I'm sure you're familiar with these: tunnel vision. And that's what it requires. You need absolute tunnel vision. You need to be completely focused whenever you're trying to achieve anything at such a high level. I love it, tunnel vision. And really that's what it takes. So, you know, I had a shot at getting to the 2012 Olympics, you know, in 2012. But, you know, I fell short after, you know, working for a long period of time. You know, by that time I was, you know, and whilst, you know, the ability to get to that level, it might be something that a lot of people will be able to reach. It's just sometimes those final moments or those closing moments that really define your career, your history, your legacy. And so in 2012 I fell short just by a few whiskers, and what I did as a result of that was put on my blinkers and focus straight ahead. And so all other distractions, all other things that were not going to help me achieve my goal were exterminated and eliminated from my life. And I completely focused for the next 4 years on what I could achieve at the Olympic Games in 2016. I qualified and I managed to compete at the highest level. And for that, I'm forever grateful, because I know that I had done absolutely everything I can, left everything on the table, and I managed to finish my career in sport on a high, knowing that, you know, I was able to physically and mentally bring out every single aspect that I could possibly get, you know, just wring it out dry. You know, there was nothing left in the sweat rag. And I was just constantly working to get to that point. And for me, I knew that was my ultimate goal. Am I extracting every single piece that I can get from myself? And if I do, then I can sleep at night, you know. So I was put myself in a position where if I can get to that level, I will be satisfied. I will be happy with any performance, any outcome. And that was my ultimate goal. So in order to do that, you know, on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, on a minute-to-minute basis, you're constantly thinking, what can I do to improve my performance? What is going to inhibit me? What is going to excel me? What is going to advance me to get closer to my goal? And it comes down to the minutiae, and it comes down to that real obsession of getting to that ultimate peak performance. And, you know, it can be things like simple things like, what am I going to eat this morning? You know, what kind of calories am I going to take? How am I going to feel afterwards? Okay, how many minutes did I sleep last night? Did I wake up in the middle of the night? Why did I wake up in the middle of the night? You know, what am I going to do? Am I going to walk to, you know, the shops today? No, my legs are going to be a bit tight for the session. When should I start stretching? You know, you're talking about every single detail, planning and mapping it out to ensure that, you know, your body is in peak physical condition and you're mentally at your utmost peak prior to any large events. So, you know, it's really fascinating that, you know, you're culminating all of your day-to-day movements to get to this one single moment, you know, this one defining moment, which is, you know, your competition day or your competition fight even. And so when you're trying to get to that moment and you're at your absolute peak, you know, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, wow, I'm shredded, I'm ready to go. I can see myself. I got mentally, I'm there, physically, I'm there, and you're putting everything on the line just for that one moment. Not dissimilar to a court case, not dissimilar to being in front of a judge and preparing your court case for the judge. So, you know, all of those elements are still in play. And when you get there and when you finish that and you are able to achieve the outcome that you want, there's no better feeling in the world. So, you know, that's really what it takes in order to perform and to compete at that level. Anything shy of that, you're not doing yourself justice.